Hey everyone, it's James Lambert, the motivational coach and speaker. I went from knockouts to knowledge and from headlocks to hugs. I still embrace people, just now in a more positive way. So I wanted to talk about power. And for the longest time, particularly in my adolescence, going through the teenage years, all through the 20s, I thought, as many young men do, that power is all about, sort of the muscles, the violence, how well you can fight, all of that bravado. Fortunately, in my journey through life, I've since found out that true power is actually self-mastery. What do I mean by that? I mean to control oneself, to actually be in charge of one's life through how one thinks. Previously, my emotions got the better of me, but not in a positive manner. Because now I'm all about opening up to love, peace, feeling everything fully, feeling sadness and going through the emotions. It's precisely because many of us resist them, and through medication or being dosed up to the eyeballs, self-medicating through drink or drugs, whatever it may be, that we don't have health and we are at dis-ease with ourselves, which leads to dis-ease. So in feeling your feelings fully, you actually get to be healthy, which is a beautiful thing. But previously, emotions scared me. Apart from anger was very familiar to me, and so I released it. And at times it was sort of useful in keeping maybe potential enemies at bay, but in general it's a very corrosive emotion, and it causes a lot of damage to one's health, mental and physical wise, and it's just not an attractive emotion. So I used to get angry a lot, and so I understand if you're struggling for anger, I appreciate it's difficult, but you can change, as I have done. So this anger, again, which I felt was a form of power, and this power that I thought was overtly macho. True power is self-mastery. So actually now, in that space between being offended by somebody and reacting angrily, there is but a space. Now, it may be for the briefest of windows. The window of opportunity could be literally like 0.5 of a second. However, it is there, and it's in that space that your entire destiny can be decided for how you react. If you like, the two paths, two roads diverged, it can affect the outcome. So in one way, I could react angrily, get into a fight. There's consequences of that, if not with the law, with the other people, recriminations, all of that bad, low energy stuff. Alternatively, I can take a moment. It's not about me. Continue with my day, a completely different outcome. Now, you don't have to be struggling with anger to realise the importance of self-mastery over one's thoughts, because you could be not feeling like going to the gym, and then you embolden yourself to get off. In any aspect of your life, it can prove tremendously useful. But getting back to this power that I thought was overt aggression, now I've realised it's very quiet. So I encourage you to think about power, particularly for those of you that think it is an overt display of machismo, aggression, anger, any of those things. I consider you to at least think, if you like, like the yin and the yang, the opposite side, the duality. So at times, yes, anger is it's a necessary emotion, I've realised. They're all emotions, but sometimes anger at seeing injustice, anger at seeing, racism, it's emboldened me. It's given me the fuel, if you like, to act. So yes, it's useful, but at other times it can be dangerous, and it needs to be tempered. That's why I allude to the duality of things at all times, because that needs to be tempered. Like the samurai of old, nobody could doubt their skill. They were the most fearsome killers, but they also practiced the art of tea making and calligraphy and these so-called gentle arts, precisely because they knew that was the water to the fire, if you like. So I invite you to consider the true meaning of power, and that it's actually very quiet. And now that can come to you in a multitude of ways. But I would like you to consider, if you haven't before, that power isn't just about dominance over another. Many bosses, particularly on the building sites, weak little men, they thought that power was in almost bullying behaviour. 9 times out of 10 you call them on it, they'd soon back down. But that sort of mentality, it's such an old paradigm, and the joke is it's weak. So in trying to see that you are, in trying to act as if you are powerful, you are actually displaying weakness, and it's the complete opposite of power. So it's a real funny dichotomy, and those that are truly strong, they don't need to act powerfully. I've really learnt this in my journey through life. It's been fascinating to think power is a quiet thing, it's a humble thing, it's a humility, and it doesn't need to be boasted. There's no boasting there like the weak bully in the pub or in the club. It's a gentle thing. So I'll leave it there for this video. I hope it's provided some value to you, some thoughts on power. As always, you are unstoppable, and I believe in you.